But if Hunter can make it happen, right? Like if he can get a couple pick sixes in there, if he can make it worth your while, especially on that rookie contract, I see what he's saying. Plus the injury risk, man. Like that's the NFL we talking about.
But Travis Hunter's never going to win an MVP. I think it's fair to say.
I don't know if you can say that. I don't think you can say that.
I think you certainly can say that because to whatever team he's going to, it's going to be a bad team.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be a fruitful situation that can make him stand out on a winning football team. And that's all to say, even like I'm not even mentioning Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, MVP.
Yeah.
It's a quarterback award.
So you don't think that's part of Ohtani's MVP? I know one of them he did without, but part of Ohtani's ability to win an MVP in the first couple of ones, because he has 3, right? I think he has 3.
Might have 2. Might have 3.
Part of that is also baked into the fact that he is a great pitcher. Like, there's been times in Major League Baseball where people were crediting pitchers with being so good on the mound that they deserve some MVP nods or at least some MVP votes. The last one he did it without pitching, right?
Yes, correct. He's got 3 MVPs and was nominated in 2022, but then won it in 21, 23, and 24.
Yeah, and I would say the first 2 he got, it was a double bake-in thing. This last one, he just focused on batting, and damn it, he
did it again.
He started breaking right. He set a whole new benchmark with the 50-50.
And I don't want to discredit the stolen base number. Like you mentioned, we don't want to discredit it. Of course, it's at a scaled version because of the different rules on the pickoffs and the bases, but he was second in Major League Baseball behind Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah.
So, like, second in baseball on stolen bases, you still definitely factor that in and consider that when talking about the most well-rounded athlete, baseball player the game has ever seen. Yeah. And he has done it. Travis Hunter is showing promise or at least goals to do it. Because, again, like Travis Hunter might not be allowed to do that.
Yeah,
the team that drafted him might say no.
It's a wait and see.
But do you draft him that high if you don't?
Here's what I would say. I think that no matter who drafts him, it feels like the consensus is he's your starting corner. He's going to be your best corner. You're going to line him up against the best receiver on the other side. You'll try to have him be a shutdown man corner because he has those kind of ball skills. He's that good in coverage, and he showed that all throughout college football. I think the question becomes how many snaps on offense per game are you actually giving him, and is it enough for him to like you said he'll never be an MVP. I think he's probably the most likely non-quarterback MVP for the next 10 years.
Right, you're saying that right now before he's played a snap?
Yes. I'm saying that because of what he's able to do. His impact can be felt on both sides, and that's going to get baked in. So put it to you like this. Name another defensive player, even ones that have played in the league. Myles Garrett, the best of them, right? Micah Parsons. Name another defensive player you would feel confident in saying he has the potential to win the MVP over the next 10 years.
Okay, defensive player, no one.
Right, nobody. But Travis Hunter, because he's going to get snaps on offense, and he might get a big role on offense. And if he's able to be like one of the 3 to 5 best corners in a given year, the question you have to ask yourself is then how great of a receiving year would he have had to have along with that? And, of course, you need the team success for him to get those MVP votes. Because you think about a year like this past year, right? I mean, Lamar and Josh Allen, they had those electric years statistically, but I think this felt like one of those seasons where you could have had a guy like Travis Hunter get 9, 10 receiving touchdowns, be a top 3 corner, and then get considered for an MVP if his team is one of the best teams in the league. You're shaking your head.
You're full of it.
He just won the freaking Heisman. You would have said the same thing about the Heisman Trophy, though, C-Cat. What are you laughing at?
No, because there was no quarterback stood out in the Heisman race. We're talking about football.
There were quarterbacks in the Heisman race. Did the best team in the nation, the Oregon Ducks, not have a quarterback that was in the Heisman race? Damn it, he was in New York as well. Cam Ward was right there with him. He didn't go. I'm sorry. It was just Genty and Ward and Travis Hunter, and who was the fourth that was out there with him?
I forget.
It was Dillon Gabriel.
I'm seeing red. It was Dillon Gabriel.
Yeah, it was Dillon Gabriel.
I'm seeing red right now because there is no way in hell in this year's MVP race that there would be room for Travis Hunter to steal votes between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. You are on, to steal a phrase from a friend, Stephen A. Smith, you're on crack right now. Like, you are absolutely out of your mind.
To be fair, when Stephen A. Smith said that, he was talking about a guy that was actually doing crack. I was just
Who was on crack?
Who was on crack? He was literally defining what the guy was just doing previously. So don't kill me like that. But
it's a quarterback versus a guy who will be on a team that might put up good numbers, have some good highlights, but there is no way.
There's a way.
And Saquon Barkley made more.
Neither one of them had the 1 seed. And again, you're not going to say a running back is going to be able to. If Saquon couldn't get it this year, then why would a running back ever be able to get it again?
But a wide receiver
can never do it.
There was conversation with like Antonio Brown in his peak year that
not going to happen.
Yeah, so if those guys who put together historic seasons could not do it, no, Travis Hunter can't do it either.
That's crazy. I think it's more crazy for you to say Travis Hunter cannot win an MVP in the NFL than it is for him to say my job is more difficult because of what it does to my body.
It might be more of an extreme, yes, but it's more correct.
It's not more correct. It's absolutely not more correct. You can't even – first of all, you just tried to knock me for saying, oh, Hunter can do this in the league and he could be more impressive if he does these things. And you said, well, he hasn't done it yet. By the same token, I can say you don't know what he's going to be in the National Football League, so you can't – how many rookie wide receivers in the past 5 years have we seen explode onto the scene, be number one options, be top 5 in receiving yards? It keeps on happening. It keeps on happening. The scouts around the NFL draft say that if Hunter went in as just a receiver, he wouldn't be a top 5. He would be the number 1 receiver in the draft. That's what they're saying. Not me, not you. That's what they're saying. So if he's that level of receiving prospect and he's the best corner, I don't see how you can be so dismissive of what he will be able to do at the next level. How about we ask the good people here? We'll ask the good people here on Theoretically Speaking. Is it, as CCAT put it, impossible? Is it impossible for Travis Hunter to ever reach the levels of the MVP realm in the NFL? Will Travis Hunter even have a shot at it, no matter where he gets drafted, no matter how his NFL career comes to be? CCAT says he has absolutely no shot. What say you? Is a MVP even a potential in the future of Travis Hunter? Colorado corner and receiver who's looking forward to starting his career in April here when he gets drafted, likely in the top 5. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, and this comes off of Travis Hunter saying, what I'm doing, it's a lot harder than Ohtani, which I can agree with you, C-Cat. Not only should he have not said that, he ain't right. He's not right. I can't even be facetious because I was this morning I went golfing out in Martin Downs Golf Club with our guy Jalen, his pops Bernard Gilkey, who again was a professional baseball player, did his thing with the St. Louis Cardinals, also a multi-sport athlete. Like what people don't know about Bernard Gilkey, as great as he was on the diamond for the Cardinals, the dude was an All-American basketball player in high school and was an elite football player. So I tried to pass it by him as we were rolling around the golf cart. I'm like, yo, Hunter, what he's doing is real tough, man. He's talking about the Ohtani thing. You know what he did, C-Cat? What? He laughed at me harder than Mike T laughed at you when you said that that Aaron Rodgers should go to the Vikings.
Yes.
That's how dismissive he was of that. It's hard to hit a baseball.
It's very hard to hit a baseball. And I'm speaking of a person who played the lowest of all low levels of college baseball. So it's not an impossible feat in my eyes, Yeah. But it still is very hard to hit a baseball.